Karen burst into laughter in the middle of the courtroom, actual laughter, the kind that made the stenographer glance up. With a pen in one hand and the divorce papers in the other, she scoffed and muttered under her breath, "Finally, I can be with someone who has something going for himself." Her husband, David, sat quietly beside her, his fingers interlocked, his face unreadable. He didn't look up. He didn't flinch. He simply stared at the table like it held more truth than the woman beside him ever did. Before we go further, if you're watching our video for the first time, you're highly welcome to Elliot Stories. Please comment which part of the world you're watching us from and make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's story is a banger you'll never want to miss. Now, back to Karen, known by her friends as that bold chick who speaks her mind and to her neighbors as that woman who's always fighting her husband on the phone. At 31, she was tired of playing house with a man she believed had no drive, no ambition, and no clue how to make her life luxurious. To Karen, David was just another man in a long line of disappointments. She didn't know he drove an old car by choice. She didn't realize the simple house they lived in was fully paid for, in cash. She never once asked how the bills were always paid on time. Instead, Karen flirted loudly at bars, left her phone unlocked on purpose, and once told David to his face, "If you were half the man Mark is, I'd treat you with more respect." Mark, of course, was her gym trainer, a man with perfect abs and zero intentions. David never retaliated. He never raised his voice. Even on nights she returned home at 1 a.m. smelling like expensive cologne, he only said, "Hope you're safe." That calmness enraged Karen more than anything else. She wanted fireworks, fights, and drama, anything but David's stone-cold peace. Behind the calm, though, was a storm David never invited her to. He was an architect-turned-investor, a behind-the-scenes developer who had partnered in 17 high-rise buildings across Dubai, Tokyo, and Miami. He had founded a private equity firm at 29, one that never bore his name. Instead, it bore numbers, DK47 Holdings. It sounded like a code. That's how he wanted it. Quiet. Invisible. Unstoppable. When Karen met him at 33, he had already been on Forbes' anonymous board of under-the-radar billionaires. But he lived like a man with $70,000, not $70 billion. Karen missed all the signs. She saw a regular man because that's all she wanted to see. The courtroom was silent now. The judge, a stern woman in her late 60s, cleared her throat. "Mrs. Walker, are you certain about your request for full separation with no spousal support?" Karen smirked. "I'm not taking a dime from him. I can do better." The judge raised an eyebrow but said nothing. David signed his half of the papers in silence. Then the judge flipped a page and paused. Her eyes darted across the paper once. Then again. Then slowly, very slowly,